Hey guys, welcome. Domain, welcome. Nice. Why are you back testing in a minute? As you can see, it tagged long here. Literally just got filled as I came on. Let me just get into stop loss. Stop loss in. Let's see. TP somewhere around here, around this area, maybe like the 5377. So yeah, there it goes. This is kind of playing off the fact. Let's just go over to the 4 hour here. This is playing off the fact that yes, we've put in new all-time highs, but when the S&P, specifically most stock indices, but specifically the US 500 or the S&P, tends to carry on further. As you can see, if I just zoom out here, absolutely, I mean, it's a beautiful uptrend. We see these little pullbacks, but for me, I'm aiming for continuation of this bullish market pretty much. I don't really expect it to pull back too much. Similar to this here, like bullish structure, B1, B2, puts in a new high here. The only downside is seeing some NFTs on the high, so it's, yeah, just something to note there. But in terms of 4 hour structure, it's really strong. So that's exactly what I'm playing. Yes, the 15-minute, it kind of shifted bearish here, as you can see. B1, B2, bearish nature continued, and we kind of just had one B1 here. However, I kind of waited until the open. As you can see, let's just put it on here. It's around here, 2:30 p.m. in the UK, the open here. Waiting for that, it kind of pulled significantly lower. As you can see, in every sense, this is what, kind of we call a little bit of an extended sweep. In every sense, when it breaks the lows here, it keeps on wicking. It can't seem to sort of, if it breaks out of the 15-minute range, it can't really seem to sustain itself lower. It wants to almost go higher. Extra ammunition. So if we significantly pull higher here, put in a B2 here, it's going to solidify the fact that we're probably going to be taking out these highs, heading to the 5385 maybe, but we'll see. Stops, like I say, in place. It's around a 1 to 3 ish. Just here, 10-point stop loss. Aiming for 30 points. Like I said, around this area here. It probably would go and take out the high, but for me, Rob, for the sake of, that's a 3 to 1. For the sake of, I don't know, 1 to 3.5, it's kind of not really worth it. Nice, you're in a long as well. Hey mate, how's it going? Yeah, good. Good, Cleaner, good. I'm very good. Fresh, new week, new goals. Hopefully get some profits here on the S&P early on in the week. CPI and PPI on Wednesday. So CPI for sure will not be holding trades over that. Now, a quick tip for anyone that's trading futures on, I mean, you can use any platform. The Trader Bait is quite good. If, for example, like, I'm not going to set a TP just yet, but when I do, I'll set a sell limit and it'll tag me out of the trade. Just be mindful when you're trading on these futures platforms in contract sizes, you'll if your TP gets hit, your stop loss will stay there. This is just a contract order. It's gonna, there we go, get some nice momentum there. So that, when my TP hits, which it kind of probably will, hopefully, just remember this stop order would be here, so I'd have to go in and manually close that. Quite volatile open here. Super interesting. Go ahead and put in. I'll go ahead and put in my stop loss. Sorry, take profit. Okay. Let's see, I'll probably look to, when we take, you can see the Asia highs here, I don't even need to really have an indicator. I kind of know, especially on the S&P, where the Asia session is there. So if we, when we hit the 5360, I'll probably roll my stops to break even. I'd rather, because in terms of reactions and inflection points, it's going to seek some of this liquidity here, maybe potential mitigation, but none of these have been liquidated realistically. So that's why I'm pretty much hoping we head to the 5371, 5374 maybe, but if anything's going to turn this around, it's going to be these Asia highs at 5360-ish. So when we get there, I'll probably look to roll stops to break even. So yeah, that's pretty much, that's what I'm looking at today. That's what I'm in. Just to recap on the euro here. Big sell-off. For those that don't or haven't been receiving our Market Pulse emails, go ahead and do that. Super useful. We break down the dollar index every Sunday via an email, so it's super. In terms of easy reading, it's all encompassed in the email. You don't have to sit there for hours and watch a call. It's just in an email. Go ahead and sign up for that. But that's details. It details a lot. It basically shows us the direction of the dollar from a technical analysis point of view, of course. But when we see, strength coming in from the dollar on the index, we can only use that as ammunition to frame our trades on the euro. And the dollar index post NFP was some bullish momentum really came in. So let's just flick on over to it here. And in the Market Pulse, we specifically break down, the range we're currently in. So we broke down, this is the current range the dollar has been into. And then look, there's no coincidence that it's pulled back into, super premium, the 104 level. It's almost done it to a T. That's not a coincidence, priced in. So, it's pulled back to the extremity of the range, and now we're seeing the bullish momentum play out on the dollar. It's what we've been forecasting for weeks and weeks, and we kind of knew that it was going to sort of the bullish trend, just from a technical point of view, all the way at the start of the year, realistically. And then potentially it's looking like that is going to continue moving forward from today. And we're seeing real big bullish momentum there post NFP, and CPI, PPI will potentially fuel this bullish move here. And it's looking like what I mentioned on some of the market pulses here. We're just building that liquidity. Even this here, we've got equal highs. It's almost like a double top here and here that people would realistically sell from a typical pattern trading strategy, which is fine. It does work. But from my point of view, I'd rather look at it from a logical standpoint and say, okay, if we're heading higher, we're probably going to take out these key pulls. This is going to be the closest. So it's probably going to get to the 106.5. If we're going to continue this bullish trend. So keeping note of that, if we're bullish on the dollar, let's just flick on over to the euro, and more specifically EU, which is what I'm pretty much looking at here from a futures point of view. That's also showing, it's the euro dollar quoted currency. When the dollar index is going up, specifically, this is going to be coming down. So just be mindful of that now. Yes, we've been bullish on the euro for quite some time. I mean, it's only really shifted now, started to shift. It's been bullish for probably at least nearly 2 months. So NFP comes in and absolutely smashes the floor out. So it'll be interesting to see if we confirm this bearish trend, which would be in line with the dollar index going up. So I'm happy to sit out of the euro until it kind of knows its direction. The euro, specifically when it wants to shift, it tends to do it quite correctively. and it can get quite messy. So I'd rather stay out and focus on, you know, the trending assets like the dollar, sorry, the S&P here. Pushing higher. No real momentum yet. It kind of came in a little bit, but it's kind of slowing down. Let's look at the, see what's going on. Yeah. Could see it easily pull back. I mean, even down here, take off. But if it's probably going that low, it's going to take this low anyway. So we'll see. Happy to open the risk on this one. In line with the high time frame. I'll flick on over to gold. Still gold's doing. Similar to the euro here, it's completely post NFP, just almost died. It's almost, if I zoom out here, what does that look like here? It looks like this. It looks like sideways markets, but it's been so bullish. Buys are, I'm always going to be favoring buys on gold. You know, it's an asset that is, you know, really realistically just wants to go up. But from an intraday point of view, it can get a little bit messy. So it's quite good to swing trade point of view. Intraday, especially now, like look at this. We've shifted bearish on the 4 hour here. So technically we could say we've got a confirmed 4 hour pullback here. That's how I was likening it to this here sort of price action. And it was stuck in a horizontal range between, like, I'd say 2K and like 1990 for a significant amount of time. I think that's almost 3 months. And then it broke out of the range, and there was nothing really stopping it, and it went parabolic. So yeah, potentially that could be happening now. We could see lower prices. This is a significant or a very large sell-off. So yeah, something to be mindful of there. Quite aggressive, and it's selling off at the minute. Again, happy to sit out. I'd rather take trades like this that are pro trend on the 4 hour and in line with the overall market direction, i.e. it's a stock index, so it wants to go up. Kind of wonder. Yeah, that's not looking too good on that 15-minute candle there. I wonder, you know, we could just be stacking here. Eventually, we could see a breakout. Could see a breakout here, and it could go lower. I mean, if it's gonna go, it'll probably go here and then continue lower anyway. So that's why I've placed my stop here. My thinking was, if it's gonna go below here, my opinion is it's gonna take this post NFP low out. We'll see. For now, I'm on the fence. It's looking okay, but not too bad. Walter, how's it going? Good to see some familiar faces in here. So yeah, let me just flick on over to the DAX actually. DAX, again, super interesting and similar to the euro slightly. It's pulling back a little bit. The trend at the minute, for me, it's technically still from a bearish point of view. We're still in this bearish sort of range pullback. Yes, we've had a B1, but it didn't sustain anything. It didn't. We had a B1, we had that initial push. It tries to push higher, fails to do that. So let's just go ahead and adjust this here. You know, fails. Literally, like I said, I think I said this, maybe it was midweek, Wednesday, Thursday, something like that. I can't remember, but push higher, fails to do so, pushes lower. Push higher, fails to do so, pushes lower. It's almost like it wants to go higher, but it can't really find any conviction for it yet. And to me, typical signs of a bearish pullback on the DAX. This clear bullish momentum here. It knows the direction it wants to go, and it's going to go there. This quite messy. I think I did call this, to be fair, this move. Go ahead and look back on some of the live calls. I was saying it almost looks like when we had this sort of NFT here, almost looks like exactly this. Push higher, liquidation, mitigation, continue lower. Push higher, liquidation, mitigation, push lower. And it's probably, if it's going to come anywhere and it'll maintain this high, it's going to come to like 16, maybe 1680, something like that. And then continue lower. But also, let's just remember what's happening here. Bearish pullback, but it's also stacking those highs for future price moves, potentially. Again, like I said on the Euro, happy to stay out of the DAX until it kind of figures out what it wants to do. And happy to take these ES longs. So, yeah. Nice, risk-free on the S&P. Like it. Yeah, I'm giving it a bit more room to breathe. You know, because my stops... well, I mean, it'd be stupid to put my stop to break even now, from my opinion. It could just literally trickle like this. And then go on to hit TP. So I'm giving it a bit of room to breathe there. Like I said, I'll move my stop when it gets to here. That makes sense to me. That's the Asia highs there. No trades in London. I tend to not really trade Monday, London session. Super busy. Tend to wake up a little bit later as well. So I missed that and then just hit New York. Question is, did you take any trades in London session? Wonder what NQ's doing. It looks very similar to S&P. Let's just plot out some structure here. Similar to the S&P. Are we at all-time highs? Yes. Same. Interesting. Someone else for GU. I mean, GU, I don't really trade that too much anymore. I don't feel the need to. I mean, some people love trading it. I'd rather focus on trending assets. But GU's been quiet. It's been pulling back quite nice. I mean, clearly it's still bullish. You see this here, liquidation at the 4-hour low there. Go ahead and stick some fractals on. Yeah, I mean, it is in a bullish market. We have seen liquidations here. Could see it just continue higher. But what do we know about GU? It is a dollar quoted currency. So when the dollar is in the bull run that we're forecasting almost to continue and play out, that's going to mean lower prices for GU. Also, UK elections looming or on the horizon, so just be mindful of that trade in GU. I advise you, if you do trade GU, go ahead and look at the past election. I think it was 2019. And the result would have been released at like 10 p.m., 11 p.m. UK time. Go ahead, go back and look and see what the result was. Or sorry, see what how the market printed that particular release. Because if you're not cleared up about these things, just basic fundamentals, basic economics, basic information as a trader you need to know, then it's going to be very difficult for you to build a career or build a business in trading. That's my view on GU. Fractals are good. I like fractals. I do flick them on now and again. S&P, let's go back. See what we're doing. Not too much there. How many of you are long on S&P? It's almost like a free signal for you. Like I gave you, this is turning into like a free signals broadcast. I think I gave you a free signal in here, hit TP, and there was another one actually, free signal, hit TP. In these free signals, it's about time. That's like 2 out of 2, so hopefully this is a winner, but probabilities, this should be a loss. Because that should be 100% hit rate. I can imagine some people, some people on this broadcast might have even tried to buy this post NFP. I'd advise against it. You see this here, NFP prints and it just trickles lower. It's moved probably more pips than the NFP move itself, but it's kind of like trickled its way down over time. Signals to me, it just wants to go down. EU. In line with dollar bulls, of course. Come on then, S&P. I'd say NAS is probably, from my experience of owning a prop and just seeing people's trading behaviors, like I said before, NAS is super popular, more volatile. I prefer the price action of S&P. Nah, these all this is free value for you all. Free value. Obviously, I'm not going to give you everything. It's just a taster of what I look for in the charts. Super, like I said, keep it super simple, super basic. This buy here, it probably took me about 5 minutes to analyze. Let's just go through it again. 4 hour, bullish. I'm bullish because I've had 2 confirmed higher highs and higher lows. And even if you zoom out, it's clearly bullish. You can even put a moving average on if you wanted to confirm that, but you don't need it. You could just look at the price action. Use fractals as well if it helps you. Like I said, I like to flick them on now and again. They're useful, super useful. I use them for many years. That's why I don't need them now, but they are useful. Yeah, 4 hour bullish, all-time highs. Realistically, S&P will take out and continue the bullish move when it takes out all-time highs. That's it, 4 hour done. You know your direction. 15-minute, plot out the same. It's bearish, but what do we know? We're bullish on the 4 hour. We've had a first signs of bullish nature here, and that's exactly what I'm expecting. Is it put in another and continue, take the highs, probably pull back a bit lower, and then continue and really drive it higher. It's as simple as that. That took 5 minutes to analyze, and that's all it needs to get to, really. And I think at that point, when you only take 5 minutes and and it's clear, there's no anxiety when you get to the charts. Everything's clear. You know what you're looking for. You're not scrambling around trying to look for an entry. You know what you're looking for, pretty much, which is a nice place to be. It is a nice place to be. I am just move that to there. So yeah, like I said, I'm going to roll these stops when it hits Asia high. We'll see and go from there, really. I hope any of you guys in the S&Ps, it's picked you up and you're coming along for the journey. So we'll see what happens. But I like to keep these to about half an hour. So any questions, as always, just drop me a message on Instagram or in the comments. And if you want to know any more information, go ahead, look in the description. There's a lot more information for you guys. So thanks, and I'll see you all later.